Even know that it was cancer that I had. Probably went to the GP the first time after having a sore throat for about a fortnight, and had antibiotics for 10 days, and then they never quite cleared it up. It would go for sort of 14 days, and then it would flare back up to how it was before I had the antibiotics, and then something else would break down. I'd go back for more antibiotics, and he kept just changing the antibiotics until I had the blood test, and then the blood test was the thing that said it was leukemia rather than just an infection. It took 6 months to diagnose me with leukemia. I had lots of little infections on my nose, big ulcers in my mouth. I kept going back to the doctors every 10 days after having antibiotics, and I had 4 or 5 lots of antibiotics before they did a blood test to decide, and then I had a blood test in the morning, and in the afternoon I had a phone call from the doctors to say it was leukemia. Get down to the hospital now. It was my GP that rang me and told me, which was really scary because I was at home on my own. Mum and Dad were next door, so I ran round with the phone and said, "Speak to the doctor, I don't understand this." And then the doctor had put her back on because I needed to ask if I can have permission to talk to you. And I just said, tell him whatever, because I really didn't understand what was going on, because I just thought I had an infection. And my husband and I sat there, told that I had leukemia, and you just go, wow. Didn't really understand what leukemia was at that point. Was told it was a cancer of the blood, and there was treatments for it. Just on a roller coaster of sort of hospital treatment. Went in for 6 weeks into hospital and started treatment. Scary all the time because each treatment was different. Frightening, very, very frightening to. I was 35 at the time, and I thought my life was just starting in, you know, jobs and work and marriage and everything else, but I thought it was ending at that point. And it's, you know, when you're told you've got leukemia, you just think the worst. We were due to go on holiday the week I was diagnosed, and I said, "Can I go on holiday and come back and have this afterwards?" And they said, "No, if I went on holiday, I probably wouldn't have come back from my holiday." I think if I'd have known a bit more about leukemia when I was having the infections, it might have helped that I would have been diagnosed earlier than I was, and then I maybe not have had quite such a fatigue and tiredness and the infections that I did have. Today I still struggle a little bit with breathing and things like that. The lungs are affected a little bit, so it does make it harder to do some things, but I do what I want to do now. I live life to the full. I do not stop. I'm 10 years from diagnosis and feeling great, working full time and just loving life.